Good morning. Today we're going to make chicken pot pie. Here's some leftover chicken that I've put on to saute, and then I put it in the refrigerator. So I have the grease here and the broth, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to scrape some of this grease out and see how much I've got so I can start making the roux. Okay, I picked off some grease from the chicken back there, and here it is, and I'm going to supplement it with butter, and I figure I've got about a half a cup. So, because I've got a half a cup of fat, I'm going to use a half a cup of flour. So let's get this going. There's my flour. So let's get this going and see if we've got, I'm going to use my fabulous flat spatula here to see if we've got enough fat in there, because I was guesstimating. I know I've got a half a cup of flour, so I'm not quite sure exactly how much grease. I may have to add a little bit more butter. So let's see. Now I'm making this just like you would make any other roux. Use the ratio for roux generally is 1 tablespoon fat, 1 tablespoon of flour, 1 cup milk or stock or whatever you're using for your liquid. So I think I'm running a little bit short here. I don't know, let's get that all nice and melted down. See where we're at. Now it doesn't have to be exact. You can, you know, if you've got a little bit more fat than you've got flour, well, that's okay. Depending on what you're using, that'll work out just fine. So we want to cook. I'm going to put a little bit more fat in there. Well, I got a little bit more fat in my thing here. I'm going to put a little bit more butter in there. Okay, I went ahead and got me a whisk. Okay, my roux is about where I want it, so I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to add about 3/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to add a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. And I'm going to add about a half teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon of sage. So now we're going to whisk this in. And I've got my trusty evaporated milk here. So I am going to add a little bit of that. How I like to do my roux. I don't like to put the milk all in at one time. Okay, we're going to add the rest of it. I'm going to go ahead and add it all. Get all that goodness in there. Get this cleaned up here. And now we're going to put our fire back on. And we're going to thicken this roux. So I'll bring you back when that's happened. Okay, here we go. That's looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to taste it for spices. And that does taste good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to debone this chicken. Use them potatoes that's in there. I'm going to put it in a pie, and we'll take it from there. Okay, now I've deboned the chicken. Here's the chicken I deboned. And then here's the roux, and I had some potatoes and some peppers in with those chicken thighs. What it was I had some chicken thighs, chicken legs, and I roasted them for Ernie. Well, he only ate 2 of them, so there was 2 of them left. I roasted 4. He only ate 2, so there was 2 left. So I am making this chicken pot pie out of the other 2 that were left, and out of the potatoes and stuff. So there's the peppers and the potatoes that was in there, and they're now in here in the roux I made. And Ernie loves peas, so we're going to add some peas to that. Get switch implements here. So there we go. There's the pot pie roux, or gravy, whatever you want to call it. So now I'm going to add the chicken in. So this is the pot pie right here. Now, I don't want to lose this gravy back here that I roasted the chicken in, so I'm going to add it to this. So now I've added that gravy, and you know what, y'all? I think I'm going to go a whole different direction here. I got my pie shells out here, and I was thoroughly prepared to make some pot pies. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up where it's good and hot again. And I'm going to put it back in that pan, and I'm going to put it back in the oven, and I'm going to put drop biscuits on top. So, just a second, let this get nice and heated up good, and let me get my drop biscuits made. I'm going to make it in this bowl that I had my chicken in. So, just a second. We'll see where this is going, because I have no idea right now. But that's what cooking's all about, changing your mind. Adding something here, taking something out. Okay, here's my drop biscuits. I got about 2 cups of flour in here, and I've got 2 eggs. Some baking powder. Some salt. Some pepper. Some parsley. And I forgot my oil. Okay, and I put my glug of oil in there. A glug of oil. That was one bloop, bloop. So now I'm going to mix this up, and I'm going to put them on top of that chicken. Gosh, y'all, when I started mixing them up, I realized I forgot the milk. So there's the milk in there. In just a second, I'm going to mix them up now. Okay, y'all, there is my drop dumplings or drop biscuits, whatever you want to call them. So now I'm going to put them by spoonfuls on top of this. Okay, y'all, there's my drop biscuits in there, or drop dumplings, whatever you want to call them. This is the exact same concept. Those of you who make a dump cake, where you take a cup of sugar, a cup of milk, a cup of flour, and then you put the fruit on the bottom, or you put that mixture on the bottom, and then you put the fruit on top and you bake it. It's a cobbler type thing. That's exactly what this is, only the biscuits or dumplings, whatever you want to call them, the dough is savory instead of sweet. So that's all we're doing here. So now this will go in the oven, 350 degrees, till the dumplings are done. So I'll show you that when it's finished. Okay, here we go. Chicken pot pie, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a chicken pot pie with drop dumplings, drop biscuits on top. So I'm going to spoon up some for Ernie. Ernie, get your tasting spoon. Now, ideally, this would be served over, maybe like rice or noodles or something. But we've got that little recap here. We've got that chicken. I roasted that chicken. I had some leftover chicken from what I roasted. And I put that in a little bit of sauce and made some roux, deboned that chicken, put them drop biscuits on top. So there we go right there. Ernie, go ahead and do a taste test. No, don't just get a potato, honey. They know how potatoes taste. It's kind of hot. Taste the dumplings. Go ahead and taste the dumplings. See, nice and crunchy on top. How does that taste? You're going to have to say it louder. They can't hear you.
Nice.
What? He's got his mouth full of food. Go ahead, say it louder.
Good.
Good. Good. Good, good, or just good?
Good.
Just good or good, good?
Good.
What?
Good, good.
Well, there you go, y'all. It really is good. Look at here. Give me your spoon, Ernie, so I can show them. That's them roasted. That roasted chicken with had some peppers and potatoes, and all them are, y'all, is just drop biscuits, and you put them on top and you bake it. So it's chicken pot pie. That's what I'm going to call it. Chicken pot pie with drop biscuits. Thanks for watching. Bye.